This is our penultimate presentation today, comes from Leitrim County Council. Laurence Kennedy is Senior Staff Officer in Corporate Services, and Mary Quinn, who's Director of Services in the Corporate Services Community and Cultural Services at Leitrim. And they're here to tell us about Leitrim Connected, an app development project that unifies communications from Leitrim County Council, Fire and Emergency Services, on Garda Síochána and community alert groups. The project was initiated by the Joint Policing Committee, and it'll bring together council communications relating to emergencies, infrastructure works, council initiatives, Garda communications under one app-based system which will be free to the public. In such a busy world where it's often hard to kind of cut through with the important messages, I think this is a really interesting initiative and really looking forward to hearing about it. So I'll hand you over to Mary and Laurence.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Fiona, for the introduction. And thank you to NOAC for the invite to Leitrim to present on our project, Leitrim Connected. As Fiona has outlined in her introduction, this was a project that was initiated through our Joint Policing Committee. And I might, sorry, the beeper. I might set out just the background and context, and then I'll hand you over to Laurence to speak about where we're at in terms of implementation, etc. So just in terms of the context and the challenge, and some of you will be familiar with Leitrim and more of you won't, but I suppose in terms of the county, it's, as you can see, a long and narrow county, predominantly rural with 1,590 square metres in area. We border with Donegal, Cavan, Longford, Roscommon, Sligo, and then with Fermanagh in Northern Ireland. Our population, per the preliminary census recently announced, is 35,088 people, the smallest in the country. But and with that, we have a very dispersed population, with 89.3% living in rural areas, and our age dependency rate being the second highest in the country at 62.6%. And I suppose in the context of this project and feeding into how it emerged through our age-friendly initiative, and we're on our third age-friendly strategy, an ongoing issue for our older citizens in the county is feeling safe in their homes and having that sense of security. And while, and I'll show you this on the next slide, our crime statistics might not be in the high levels compared to some other counties, perception is still reality for people. So in terms of our statistics, burglaries in Leitrim in 2019 were 54, and our year-to-date in 22 is at 24. Thefts were at 58 in 2019, and the year-to-date 40. And assaults in Leitrim in 2019 were at 97, and the year-to-date 96. And we're just using the 2019 as the benchmark, given the 2 years that have passed since, in terms of the impact that it had on how we were living. So in terms of, I suppose, the discussions that took place at the Leitrim Joint Policing Committee, and having regard to, I suppose, our objective to enhance the crime prevention and public safety work of Garda Síochána, the community sector and Leitrim County Council, by adopting a collaborative approach to make Leitrim a safe place to live, particularly in the rural parts of the county. And I suppose that objective is at the heart of what we do through the JPC. And in terms of how we were operating, Leitrim County Council responsible for alerts in relation to various emergencies, severe weather warnings, flood alerts, road closures, forest fires. The Gardaí, I suppose, responsible for the community alerts, the text alert areas, road closures, and we were operating independently of each other. And for the Gardaí, the challenge for them was that while there was 17 community alert areas in Leitrim, over half of those were no longer active. The Gardaí had been restricted in sending alerts, with administration and cost overheads being the biggest reasons for closure and restricted use. And the situation had deteriorated over a number of years. And from our own perspective, and while I am aware that many counties have alerter systems in place, at the point we had no centralised system from which citizens or residents of Leitrim can receive updates in relation to emergency road closures, temporary road hazards, or severe weather alerts. So I suppose we were at the point of deciding what solution would we put in place as an organisation. And then, with the need for a simple, effective way of getting a crime prevention, public safety or a community alert message out on a single platform to citizens on a county-wide basis being identified by the Joint Policing Committee, we decided that our approach should be one of collaboration with Garda Síochána, with potential for expansion wider to community groups through different phases of the project. And on that basis, we then sought and were grateful to receive deeper funding under the Innovation Fund, and we have progressed from there. And I will now hand you over to Laurence to tell you that part of the story. Thank you very much. You might work it better than me.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laurence Kennedy. When we were commencing our project, we first established a cross-agency steering group with membership from Garda Síochána, Leitrim's Joint Policing Committee, Munch na Tíre, the Emergency Services, and representatives from our Roads Department. We established a list of requirements and essential features that we deemed were critical to delivering a valuable service to the people of Leitrim and to addressing many of the challenges that we were facing. Over a series of meetings, we refined a list of requirements and features we felt are necessary to a successful project. Part of this process involved reviewing potential products available in the marketplace so that the steering group was informed and understood the potential of a unified communication system. After publishing our tender and carefully reviewing the responses, the contract was awarded to Pinpoint Alerts Limited, who proposed a bespoke solution based on their map alerter system. When establishing our list of essential requirements for a new system, we kept the people of Leitrim front and centre. Sorry, that hasn't changed. Or has it? It has, apologies. It is vital that we aim to engage people of all ages and backgrounds. Keeping that in mind, our system needed to be easy to use and include the functionality to reach people through different channels of communication. Instead of just adding a communication system and potentially another layer of complexity to our teams and processes, we aimed to introduce efficiencies and sought a system that would integrate automatically with our council's social media platforms. Our market research also identified a number of potential systems that would allow for automatic alerts from Irish Water and Met Éireann, for example, meaning alerts would go straight through our system to the people of Leitrim without waiting or requiring any intervention from people in the council. To maximise the potential of a new system and, of course, the audience that we wish to communicate with, we sought a system that is flexible and whose features we can expand over time. And if that wasn't challenging enough, as Mary has already mentioned, we needed to incorporate and reinvigorate community alert groups throughout the county. Keeping our list of essential requirements in mind, our system was not going to be a standard off-the-shelf product. We were not just aiming to merge the traditional counselling alert system with the community alert system. We wanted to aim higher, and we were really starting off from a good position where we had a blank slate. As you can see on this side, phase 1 of our project rollout, which is contained within the blue circle, merges the traditional council alert system with the community alert system. And when this phase is successfully completed and all parties are comfortable operating this Leitrim Connected, we will introduce the flexibility and additional features that we sought. And by this I mean we will add special interest categories, which will allow members of the public to sign up to groups that are relevant to their lives, such as arts groups, tidy town groups, or youth groups. This will allow Leitrim County Council to engage the widest possible audience and, more importantly, a new audience within the county. As the system will be integrated with our social media platforms, teams within the council will not have any extra layers of administration. They will actually realise efficiencies. This approach will provide the people of Leitrim with targeted, relevant information relating to events and initiatives, whereas previously we may not have engaged those people at all. Taking you through some of the features and benefits of our system, it is compatible with both Android and iOS devices. The service is free to members of the public and community alert groups alike, and people will be able to choose to receive alerts through a dedicated app, email, or traditional text messaging. By integrating with the council's social media, we will, of course, have automatic alerts features, bringing the efficiencies I've previously mentioned. The system is easy to use for both administrators and members of the public alike. Innovative map-based features will allow the council to issue targeted alerts to a specific area, and a user of the system will be able to set up alerts, for example, their route to work or their school run, which will inform people of potential issues before they start their journey. I hope that this slide shows you how quick and easy it is for responders to issue an alert. We obviously want our first responders to be able to focus on their critical jobs. So by entering a keyword and a road identification number and clicking send, a first responder can simply drop their device and concentrate on their job. And within 3 minutes, the system will have sent critical information to members of the public, which will potentially save lives. Providing some more detail relating to user benefits, as I've already mentioned, the system is easy to use, subscribe to, and it's free. But more importantly, in a digital age where people already have multiple apps and information sources on their devices, this is a single system that will provide news and information from multiple agencies and sources. Users will be able to pick and choose categories of alerts. If a user has no interest in weather alerts, for example, they can just turn these off, and that doesn't require any intervention from council employees. People will be able to amend the settings on their own devices. This will bring greater relevance to the type of alerts that people receive to their devices. We believe these features and the flexibility will increase user buy-in and hopefully the system's relevance to people's lives in Leitrim. This image should show you the beginning and how straightforward the sign-up process is. Users can simply enter their air code, or by clicking on a map, select their general location, or they can use the dedicated app to fill in their details. We're trying to minimize the amount of information that we gather from people. So somebody only needs to give us their name and mobile number if that's all they wish to use. If they need to use the map-based features, they will need to provide an air code. Or people can choose to add in their email address as well. And people can choose or amend these details at their time of choosing. Again, they don't need to engage the council to do any of this. And just to give you an example of the customization features, if somebody decides to add their email address to their account, they can then amend alert settings. So in terms of planning alerts, they may not want those alerts going directly through to and pinging their devices. They can send them to their email account and review that information at a place and time of their choosing. Our app, website and system development is almost complete, and we plan to formally launch Leitrim Connected at a JPC meeting early in the new year. It is essential that our media and communications campaign to inform the public about the system is user-focused and articulates the flexibility, customization features and ease of use that the system will bring to people's lives. And we also intend to leverage initiatives that groups in the county currently roll out to people, maybe to help elderly people who aren't comfortable with modern technology to improve their digital skills and start using the app features that are built into the system. We will be engaging community policing officers in Leitrim, the PPN, Age Friendly Leitrim and teams within the council to support the rollout so that we can get in contact with the widest possible audience and reinvigorate communities and groups within the county. And once we've completed phase 1 of Leitrim Connected, we will deliver on the innovative features of the system and provide the people of the county a diverse range of customisable and relevant information. And just to give you a quote from Superintendent Chris Gogan of Leitrim Garda District, the proposed Leitrim Connected system will be of benefit from Garda Síochána in County Leitrim, as it will enable the Gardaí to issue in a timely manner targeted alerts to community members, notifying of incidents that could potentially impact the community and its residents. And from Councillor Enda McGlone, the chairperson of Leitrim Joint Policing Committee, Leitrim Connected is a significant and welcome communication channel for the communities of Leitrim. It will allow for expedient communication of Garda alerts and other emergency or weather-related incidents to residents of communities throughout the county. It will provide a new and enhanced services to communities, and in doing so will remove many of the financial or administrative burdens experienced by community groups in maintaining existing systems. And our ambition at the start of this project was to implement an innovative best practice solution with potential for replication by other authorities. And thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks very much, Laurence and Mary. Very interesting to see that again. Communications is a constant challenge, but I know, like a lot of people, you have so many different apps and different ways of getting information now. It'd be great to have that kind of centralised in one place. So I really look forward to seeing it being launched, and the very best of luck with it.